right. Hey, Geminis, let's go ahead and take a quick look at past, present, future for our Gemini. All right. So let's take a peek. I haven't done this in a while. I just had a storyline that evolved into that yesterday, a general one. And I was like, you know what? Let's do this for each zodiac. So we start out with the devil in the past, the King of Swords, and the Empress. I think in the past, Gemini became aware that there was a very toxic connection. It might have been based more on if they had the misfortune of getting tangled up with somebody who was very like they wanted to be with Gemini because Gemini was a trophy to them. It could have been that Gemini and this person together could have found themselves more focused on like maybe they had less in common than what they thought. Maybe they were brought together because of, career. Maybe they were brought together because of circumstances. And it was like really awesome while it lasted. But it turned out it wasn't maybe love. It was a little bit more of like, well, it was exciting at first. We're both strong people, but maybe together it wasn't really love so much as it turned out to be. Maybe we should have been more business partners than anything. Maybe people wanted us together for the wrong reasons. This almost feels like, sometimes I think that famous people end up, um, like in situations perhaps that um, either circumstances can make it really difficult for them to have a successful union because they're both, at the height of their careers, and there's a lot of other, continual speculation about their life, and that could be the devil energy. It could be that two people were really good together, but there was a lot of outside interference, and it's like everybody wanted to watch the power couple, and not everybody's cheering for those power couples either. That could be there was some energy where it just turned out to not be great, even though we started out with two really great people, but the actual circumstances didn't turn out to be perfect. um, and I don't think that they were scared. I think that there was something else that ended up really creating problems here. Five of Cups, and all said and done, I think a situation, the universe says, yeah, a situation kind of still felt like something was lacking. This could be two people that are like, wow, we're both so powerful. We really like each other. Why aren't we in love? There's still something missing. And I think that's what Gemini discovered. And I think it was mutual. I don't think it was one sided. I think in the past it was like, Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's a little bit like maybe we both need to go and do some other things still in life, challenge ourselves in different ways. I do think that a power couple disbanded in the past because there was still an unfinished hunger that they couldn't satisfy in each other. I think there's very mutual in this storyline. Gemini and this person both felt the same way. So, I mean, is it a tragedy? No, not at all. Actually, I think if anything, these are characters that recognized this feels still insufficient, as amazing as we both are. Together, it's just not us, is it? No, I think we need to run and go do some other things in life. Okay, so there was a parting of the ways from what I can tell, but not for any bad reason. And I think it was like it's hard to let each other go to a certain extent. It's like it's a bittersweet. Like you're amazing, I'm amazing. We both know this, but we're both not quite so satisfied. So maybe it's something we need to go fulfill for ourselves. All right, the sooner we let each other go, the better. Let's just go ahead and, break it off and go our different ways. And I think that's what happened here. Okay, tell me about the present energy for Gemini. Present energy, we have Six of Swords and we have the Tower. It's interesting because Gemini was in a really calm space in the present, but then there's a big shakeup. So their peace is going to be shattered. So I feel like in the past, we relinquished something that wasn't fully satisfying for all the right reasons. They relinquished it. But now the peace is going to be shattered, but not by something bad. The peace is going to be shattered because I think Gemini is about to meet their Two of Cups. Either that or this is Gemini realizing, you know what, that person where we're both powerful, but we let each other go. I'm realizing we mirrored each other. They're my Two of Cups. There's somebody that, holy smokes, maybe we had to let each other go for the time being because we're so much alike. That is okay. That could be what the breakthrough is. Nine of Cups. You know what? This is incredibly happy. In fact, I think this huge revelation, this huge change of mindset, Gemini is seeing this person all of a sudden in a whole new light. It's not like, okay, I needed to let them go. We just aren't good together. We're just toxic. We're both great people, but we just really sucked together. We're supposed to be with different people in different avenues. And Gemini was like, I totally made peace with that. And then they're having that aha moment where they go, wait a minute, that's not the case. We're actually, yeah, we're great. Yeah, we weren't good together because we both share the identical energy of we are good together, but we also had to go do some other stuff for ourselves. And yet, oh my God, this makes me feel so empowered and so good. We did the right thing for each other, but we're not gone and we don't have to be out of each other's lives. I can still look at this Five of Wands. They're part of my wolf pack. I'm part of theirs. We will meet again. We are not, this is not done and over, even though Gemini minutes ago was fine with it. I'm letting them go. We're going different directions. We're off. Via con Dios, baby. I wish you well. Run far, run fast. Chase down your dreams. I send you onward with love. Go for it. And now they're like, wait a minute. This story ain't over. I'm not done with you and you're not done with me. Universe, weigh in on this. That's actually, I really love this vibe here. Yeah, Ten of Swords in the reverse, but Two of Cups in the reverse. The universe says, it ain't over. It ain't over. But let's not, the universe does not fully agree with the Two of Cups aspect. The universe says it's not over, but this doesn't actually mean that they're going to come back into a particular kind of union. Things could really change. Something is unfinished, that's true. But let's not assume we know exactly what it is, because over time, as two people grow and change, is this supposed to be a business partnership? Is this going to be romantic? Is this going to be more like friends? Are these two people that will eventually, be like, oh, well, I'll know you for the next 70 years of my life. We'll always be there for each other. If you're sick or you need help, someday I might even caretake for you if you break a hip or something. The universe is like, don't try to label it yet. It's not over, but don't try to label it yet, because there's so many ways that these two could still be instrumental in each other's lives. But they're definitely, right now, it's not a goodbye forever, my love, nor is it a, oh, well, we're just going to go do some different stuff and then we'll come back and it'll be this beautiful love story. The universe is like, wait, not done, which also means we don't know what it's going to evolve into. These two still have more lessons. What does that mean, universe? Chariot in the reverse says, don't rush through the lesson. Gemini is having this huge epiphany, but the universe is like, and that's awesome. You're right. It's not done. It's not over. But where our character is, where Gemini is right now, they just get to be super present in their own life. They don't have to answer, oh, wow, this person is my Two of Cups, therefore now I know exactly how it's going to go. The universe is like, no, just right now is just where our Gemini needs to be. They don't have to come to an epiphany and then say, I've got it all figured out, because there's more to figure out here. And right where Gemini is right where they need to be for themselves. Can I get Gemini, what's next right now in the present for Gemini? The Hermit. Gemini's on a bit of a quiet journey at the moment. And it's awesome to have made peace with, wait a minute, this is an important person in my life, still is. There's more yet to come. I accept that. I am at peace with exactly the way things are, and that warm glow that tells me, no, this person is still important to me and I'm still important to them. That feels awesome. But for right now, back to my own book, back to my own lessons, back to my journey. And that's where the universe is like, our Gemini is right where they need to be. They need to just be allowed to do things for themselves, put this person and all thoughts of this person in a nice, beautiful, tidied up, wrapped up, well protected. If we have something really say our favorite outfit that we only wear around Christmas, and it's for some fabulous work Christmas party, and it's like, oh, I love that really fancy top or that really flashy whatever, and I preserve that. I don't wear it on the daily. and I make sure that it's, dry cleaned and it's in one of those little dry cleaner bags so that it stays really nice and fresh and clean. And I keep it somewhere in my closet where it's not going to get wrinkled. That's the space to just put this aside and say, I'll wear that again some other time. I'm glad I have this, but I'm not wearing it for the next, 7 months. So now, onward with my daily. That's basically, I think, the message for how to look at this situation. It's very much a relief that there's more to come, but we're not going to spend our time thinking about what comes next. We're just going to be in the present for our Gemini, is what this storyline says. So let's look at the upcoming future then. Let's see what we get there. That could be interesting. We have got 9 of Pentacles. Upcoming is money, honey. Ace of Swords, clarity, some changes, cutting some things out of life. High Priestess, and there's those lovers. Okay, so one of the things that has to be dealt with right now is a sense of personal success, personal growth, personal abundance. Could be a career change, could be a career glow up, but it's listening to, it's almost like there's no way that Gemini and this person could end up in each other's arms again unless in the future they get the chance to really organize and restructure their lives. Now, this could even be the Gemini ends up with somebody totally differently in the upcoming future. Maybe they have some other romantic partnership that they're supposed to be in. Remember, the universe said, don't assume that the Two of Cups is going to be romantic or going to be business or going to be friend, because we don't know yet how it evolves. We only know that they're not done dealing with this person, but they are for the moment. This could represent in the upcoming future, Gemini is going to be realizing, oh my God, I was supposed to focus on my career path, maybe change a career path, make more money, have some of my personal goals really be being met. And as I do this, as I kind of really immerse myself in my own success, interestingly enough, it's going to become clear to me, I had to let go of that person because there's someone else I'm supposed to love and somebody who loves me. Maybe I'm supposed to have a different romantic partner, even if that person from my past is still technically a Two of Cups. Maybe they're a Two of Cups where I'm not supposed to have them as my romantic partner. I see Gemini falling in love with somebody. 6 of Pentacles, and it could be somebody that they work with. It could be somebody that they never could have allowed themselves to see this colleague as a lover, and this could be the most satisfying romance of their lives, but they never could have even seen them as anything other than a colleague had they not been able to put this beautiful Two of Cups person and set them off to the side and say, I know you're important. I know we'll meet again. Whatever we're going to be to each other, I know you're still out there. We still have a connection. And that's beautiful. But now, that does not prevent me from being open to the people directly in my life, the people maybe I'm supposed to meet, the people my heart is going to fall in love with as I change and I evolve. This Gemini is definitely, they're changing into the best version of themselves as the future continues. And that leads them to someone that I don't know if they would have fallen in love with this person before, but they will in the future. This is a different person, I think. 9 of Swords. It could even be that they have a moment of fret, like, gosh, I've fallen in love with somebody totally different. What does that mean about that person from the past? Emperor energy. If Gemini falls in love with somebody that is a person they're supposed to marry, they may, in the nicest of ways, they may be able to say, because if we go back to the past, remember we had an Empress matching with a King of Swords. If the Empress was Gemini in the past and they were matched up with a King of Swords and things didn't quite work out for them, even though there was a ton of beautiful energy and that somehow is still a Two of Cups relationship, somebody really important to our Gemini, it looks like the person that they'll meet in the future turns out to be their actual emperor. It's the one they were meant to be with, which is not the person that they classified as their Two of Cups. The Two of Cups was a King of Swords. I think that they realize, oh my gosh, it kind of stresses me out a little bit because when I think about that person from the past, now I can see they weren't my person. And there's a moment of worry in the upcoming future where they go, what do I do if that Two of Cups person returns? Because I always knew they weren't going to be out of my life. What do I do if they come back and here I am, I'm going to marry this new individual. This is my emperor. I didn't realize it before. They weren't my emperor. Even if they were my Two of Cups, they were not my long-term lover, my perfect mate. So what do I do about that person in the past? How do I tell them it's not you? Let's have the universe weigh in on that. Eight of Cups. It could very well be that the only way Gemini holds on to that person from their past is in their heart. It could be that Gemini never crosses paths with that person from their past. Remember, in the present energy, the universe said, don't worry. It's not over, but don't think that they're necessarily going to be a certain kind of a Two of Cups for you. Don't let it bog you down. Now we see why. That person may always stay in Gemini's heart and vice versa. But Gemini needed to be able to move on because they're about to meet the real match for themselves. And they had to be in a place where they could conceive of that. They can't be stuck on one person and insist that this one Two of Cups person has to be my romantic partner who's perfect for me later. They had to be open to, I don't know who they are, but I know that they're important. This says, if Gemini moves on, and they should allow themselves to move on without being worried, because everybody grows. They grow beyond relationships. With the Justice card, if they were to prevent themselves from growing and moving on, they could be doing themselves an injustice, because for all Gemini knows, that person who they called their Two of Cups could have moved on and married somebody else also. To stay with the person that it's not working with, or to assume that I have to still go back with them and I couldn't possibly let myself marry somebody else that I'm madly in love with, because once upon a time I gave somebody the designation of they're my Two of Cups. That would be doing a big injustice to the reality of how we grow, the things that we see differently as time passes, the time apart, the way relationships evolve, and meeting someone who matches us so beautifully. I really think that this was a storyline where it's a gentle way for a character to not have to feel devastated about maybe the change that could occur in partnership, nor do they have to rush, nor do they have to know in advance when to let go completely. It's almost like Gemini can keep this person in their hearts, can say it's not over with them. It isn't. They'll always remember this person. But in this storyline, it turns out that still isn't who they end up with, and that's okay too. But it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be painful. This was such a lovely evolution of emotion and relationship and love and caring for someone who really is a beautiful person. But Gemini was still meant to be with someone else. But it was an easy road to allow that to occur. I liked the lack of distress in this. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks so much for giving me a thumbs up and subscribing. I will see you again soon. Bye.